The Beatles wrote a song about lovely Rita, the meter maid. But try finding anyone else singing the praises of those uniformed patrols who ticket your car when your meter expires. Parking meters have been around since the 1930s, and ever since then, drivers, especially those caught without change, have been cursing them. It's time to unlock the mysteries of the parking meter and find out just what makes it tick. First, the low-tech part. The time limit label goes onto a zinc dome-shaped plate. Then a worker sprays lubricant onto various parts of the motherboard that contains computer circuitry. After he snaps the board onto the plate, he screws it in. Then he fastens another dome-shaped plate onto the back, sandwiching the motherboard between the two plates. The worker hooks the board up to the power source, the battery pack. And he tucks the pack into a special compartment so that it's secure. Then he plugs a programming device called an X key into prongs protruding from the motherboard. The key feeds software to the motherboard inside. When numbers appear on the screen, it's programmed. The next piece, called a smart chute, also has computer circuitry. It analyzes the coins as they fall through the meter. It can tell the difference between Canadian coins and American ones, and even recognize coins from other countries. He puts the chute into a protective plastic casing and plugs it into the protruding prongs that were used earlier to program the meter. The two boards make a connection and can now communicate to one another. He clicks another zinc plate over the coin chute and adds a stainless steel coin slot for added protection. This card is a radio frequency probe that detects how much money is in the meter as well as maintenance information. Just how good is this meter at analyzing coins? Well, a Canadian nickel and a British 20 pence are roughly the same size. Put in a Canadian nickel and you get 3 minutes. But try the 20 pence. Nothing registers. The meter treats it like a plugged nickel. The meters are now in an environmental chamber. This chamber replicates the most extreme climate conditions. It's a test to make sure they're ready for life on the street. Now it's time to make a lock. He puts a zinc alloy lock plug containing brass tumblers into a miniature lathe. The lathe spins rapidly on its axis while pressing against hard steel blades. The blades cut the spinning lock tumblers to the appropriate length. The result? A lock plug that has brass tumblers of different lengths that can't be opened without the correct key. Here, a worker places the lock barrel in a vise to give a better view of the lock system. As you can see, it turns easily with the key. But vandals beware. This lock is designed to be tough to pick. Next, he inserts the lock into the bottom of a coin can that's made of plastic. He closes it and then puts it on what's called a sonic welding machine. It emits high-frequency sound vibrations that actually melt the rigid plastic, welding the top and bottom pieces together. Now these coins will be really tough to get out without that key. Next, he brushes a second lock system with a lubricant and adds a hard steel shield that will resist attempts to drill into it. This lock goes onto an iron door which will be part of the vault that contains the coin can. He brushes the lock assembly with another lubricant to make the locking operation smoother. Then he installs a rubber gasket along the frame for the meter dome window. This gasket seals the dome and protects the electronics from harsh weather. He places a tough plastic window on the gasket and tops it with a zinc strap. He screws all the pieces together. Then he places the iron case that will hold all the mechanics on top of the vault containing the coin can. He attaches the windowed cap and strap assembly with hinges. And there's a third lock to help protect the electrical components of the parking meter. After a check for fit and function, he installs the actual mechanics. This means it's all systems go. The parking meter is ready for the street. Later, the coins can be collected without even opening the plastic coin can. This special receptacle activates the lock at the bottom of the can. Once turned, the coins deposited into the parking meter drop into the receptacle. The Beatles wrote a song about lovely Rita, the meter maid. But try finding anyone else singing the praises of those uniformed patrols who ticket your car when your meter expires. Parking meters have been around since the 1930s, and ever since then, drivers, especially those caught without change, have been cursing them. It's time to unlock the mysteries of the parking meter and find out just what makes it tick.